6 o'clock in the morning, and Cooper's been stirring for a while, but now he's getting upset, so I need to go to him. I'm tired. Today we get the phone call from the lab to tell us what time our transfer is tomorrow. The plan for today is just like do my normal chores, our normal routine, and after Cooper wakes up from his nap, get ready and go out and meet Mum. We haven't seen Mum this week, and she wants to do something for Cooper's birthday because it is tomorrow. Things are totally up in the air because we have an embryo transfer tomorrow, and I don't know what time we have to go tomorrow. And it's 2.5 hours to get there and 2.5 hours back, so that's a total of 5 hours driving. And then there's the actual embryo transfer itself. And superstition is going to call for us to go to the specific place tomorrow and walk around there and then come home. So that will take time too, because that's what we did with Cooper. It's going to be a really big day tomorrow, no matter what time the embryo transfer is, and I know my doctor is going to do it really early. Although he does do surgery really early in the morning, so he might not get us there too early. Hopefully not. I don't want to disturb Cooper's routine, because we've done that before and it just wrecks things. It's just easier if we keep to the routine. He's quieting down now. I'm looking at the monitor. He might go back to sleep. Yeah, I'm going to go to him now and put this phone on charge. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Koopy and I just woke up from a nap. It's 10 to 12, 10 to noon. And when I woke up, there was a missed call on my phone and 3 messages, one from Mum, one from Mick, and one from voicemail, saying please call back. The lab at my IVF clinic called with information on the embryo transfer that is set for tomorrow. So I rang back and I spoke to a very lovely lab person, and I got some details. Tomorrow's embryo transfer is at 2 o'clock, so at least we get to have a little bit of time at home in the morning. We need to take photo ID, I need to have a full bladder, all that fun stuff. Cookie! Oh, God.
He's got a bit of a speak to him.
I don't know, but he does not sit still. It's nice to have a break and just sit here. You don't know what you started, believe me. He's having a bath tonight anyway. It's probably nice and cold on his gums.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Having opened.
Is that nice? Is that nice on your little gummies? You're so cheeky. He'll open it in a minute. Da!
You're making me nervous, right?
Terrorist. Check his backpack.
Dinosaur! Pull the tongue out. Super! Be a gentleman. Table dancing at Subway.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so much has happened today. Yeah, so I'm just in the car park ready to ready to leave our local shopping centre. Mum and I have spent practically the whole afternoon here. But it's so dang hot. I'm going to vlog when I get home because I got to get Cooper home. Yeah, cycle day 19. It's Thursday. This morning, got up, did my normal routine, and had a nap with Coops. Not with Coops, like he had a nap and I had a nap too. And at the same time, and when I woke up, there were 3 texts on my phone. One was from Mum, one was from Mick, and one was from voicemail saying that the IVF nurses, the IVF lab had called. So I was expecting the lab's call because they were always going to ring me the day before embryo transfer and let me know what time embryo transfer was scheduled for. So they rang and they told me that embryo transfer was scheduled for 2 p.m. So that's good. It's not a massive early morning for us. Michael was planning to take the whole day off work anyway, so that works too. Something's been bugging me for the last couple of days. I have a pimple growing on, you know, the skin on the inside of your gum that like connects it. So the lab called 2 p.m. tomorrow for our embryo transfer. They want a full bladder because they do it under ultrasound guidance. They want photo ID, of course, and they want us to be inside the building at least 1:45, which is fine. That's easy. I asked about the grade of our embryo that we were transferring, and the scientist told me that we are transferring a 5BB. Cooper was a 5AA, and he worked. And the scientist told me that the embryo they've selected to transfer to me tomorrow is a 5BB. It is an advanced hatching blastocyst. So really quickly, embryos go through all different stages in their first 5 to 6 days of development after fertilization. They usually like to transfer at least a day 5 blastocyst. That is the name of that developmental stage. After blastocyst, it hatches out of its zona pelluda, which is essentially the shell of the fertilized egg embryo. Once it's hatching, after it hatches out of its zona pelluda, the egg, it finds a nice comfy bit of uterine wall to snuggle into and stay for the next, 8 months. So the fact that they've selected, or the embryo that will be transferred to me tomorrow is an advanced hatching blastocyst, is amazing. It means it's ready to, let's go, let's get this show on the road. I'm ready to snuggle into some uterine lining and let's go. And my uterine lining is saying, come to me. Oh, I got my nails done too. I got purple. It's showing up on the screen more like a pink, but they are definitely like a fluoro purple. I got that because obviously we don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl transferred tomorrow. So in my mind, pink and blue equal purple. So that's what I got. I needed to get my nails done anyway. I also needed to get my hair done, but we didn't get a chance to do that. So anyway, back to the scientist conversation. With Cooper, they gave us a USB drive of a video of Cooper's development from when the egg fertilized to just before he was transferred over. So 5 days worth of his first existence. And basically it's just one of those black and white, films. It's just in black and white, and it's showing the cells dividing and then grouping together and etc. Well, I asked if we could have one, because they filmed them all, which is great. And I asked if I could have one of those for this one too, and she said, yes, we'll arrange that. So that's excellent. Can't wait to see that. Be really interesting to see if I can see any difference. Probably not. What else? I think that's it. She said, I got a little bit, I don't know, worried maybe is the word. And I sort of said, what happens if this embryo does not survive the warming or the thaw, because it's been in cold storage for, a long time, since the 28th, no, not even the 28th of January. When was it? 23rd of January 2022. That's when they were all fertilized and put on or fertilized, and then 5 days later I had Cooper transferred to me, and then the rest of them were frozen. So I sort of said to her, what happens if you go to essentially defrost or thaw or warm, I think is the correct term, an embryo, and it doesn't survive. First of all, I said, can you tell? And she said, you can tell straight away if it's not survived or not. She said, there are ways we can tell, and that's it. I said, okay. I said, then what happens? She said, well, just the next one, the next best one down the line will get thawed, and we'll go ahead and transfer that one. She said, but don't worry, because that happens in less than 5% of the cases. So essentially what I took out of that conversation is that if an embryo is good enough quality to undergo the freezing process, there's a 95% chance that it will come out of the thawing process and go on to do what it's going to do. Yeah, got to think positive. So after that, that phone call, I think that's all she said. I think that's all we spoke about. Obviously I rang Michael and told him, and then Cooper and I got ready and we went and met Mum at our shopping centre. And what did we do? We sat and chatted for a while, and then we went to Subway and had lunch, and Cooper was being essentially Cooper in Subway. I'll put some footage in of that. Then I went and got my nails did, because they really needed to be done, and I obviously wanted to do them before our embryo transfer. Then once I got out of the nails, I couldn't find them because Mum's phone is crap. So I need to get Mum a new phone. She has had that phone, God, 10 years. It is horrible. I ring her and she can be having it in her hand and she doesn't even know that I'm ringing her. It is the worst phone in the world. It's so old. She's probably on like 2G network or something. But what are we up to, 5 at the moment? Anyway, so after couldn't find Mum and Cooper for ages, though I just went to Kmart because we talked about getting some more things at Kmart. I was just there yesterday, for heaven's sakes. We talked about getting some things for our holiday at Kmart. So I went and had a look at that, and the whole time I'm ringing her, texting her, say, come to Kmart. She's like, I'm at Woolies. I'm like, well, come to Kmart. In the end, she said, I'm at the chemist. I'm waiting for you there. And I'm like, okay, good. That's our default place where we meet, at the chemist. I just thought, okay, I'm just going to go and check out and go. So I'm in the checkouts, and who strolls up? Her and Coops, of course. So I'm like, really? I want to do shopping with you. But anyway, it's too late now. So we did that. And then we walked down to Cha Time, and I got some Cha Time. And then we said our goodbyes. And then, yeah, it was like 5 o'clock or something. So hopped in the car, packed Koopy up, and he fell asleep on the way home. We literally live about 20 minutes, 30 minutes in heavy traffic from our shopping centre. So he got a little good nap in. When I got in the garage, Michael was there, busting out the door, couldn't wait to see us. He took Cooper and just popped him in his cot. Then I came here and I vlogged. That is it. 5:13. Now, pregnancy test. I'm going to flip the camera around. Wow, that is so super faint. That was from yesterday. It's so faint. You can barely see that. I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to do this pregnancy test. See how much HCG is actually left in my system. That might be a bit... Yeah, that's better. Okay. So that is super duper faint. I love it. I'm going to dip this other stick. It is so much lighter than yesterday. I love it. Yes. Excellent. Yes. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Barely there, baby. So, today's the day. We are at cycle day 20. And it's a special day for 2 reasons. The most important reason is it's Cooper's first birthday, and it's also embryo transfer day. The chances are 1 in 365. But with our life, we have come to expect, what's the opposite of boring? Exciting?
Yeah.
There's the birthday boy! So for your birthday, Mummy and Daddy are getting a baby put in a mummy's tummy! Woo! So here's the plan. Embryo transfer is not until 2. Mummy got her nails did yesterday. Mummy needs her hair done desperately, but there is no time for that. So the time is, it's almost 7 in the morning now. So Michael needs to pop over to, oh, you got the remote control, okay. That's cool. Michael needs to pop over to an automotive, well, it's actually not just automotive, it's a normal paint place, but they do automotive paints. And because when Koopy and he went bush bashing the other day, they rearranged a bit of Michael's car. So it's about a 2.5 hour trip. Michael gets really nervous because he feels a lot of pressure to get there on time. And I understand that, but I always say to him, I'm the star of the show, dear. There is nothing they can do without me. So, but he does worry. I got a text from the hospital yesterday saying that we need to report to a certain level, and we're not allowed to wear deodorant or perfume or anything like that because it can affect essentially the clean environment that the embryo's in. The room we go into is an anti-static one too, I believe, because when you walk in, there's like this whole bit of, I guess you could call it, I don't know, if you put like gaffer tape upside down, it's like sticky, and when you walk over it, any staticky stuff or anything that was on your shoes or any part of you like is left at the door. I don't know, it's a bit strange, but I mean it makes sense because the room that you go into has very vulnerable and delicate things, i.e. your embryo. So there you go. That's the plan. We're just currently laying in bed. Koopy got me up just before 6, and we had a bottle, and I sang him his birthday song, and unfortunately he's sharing the day with his future brother or sister. But that just goes to show what kind of baby he is. He's a very caring, sharing, kind baby. And unfortunately, the whole day is not just about him, which is the way I would have wanted it. But that's a life lesson too. It's going to be an excellent day. We go down 3, we come back 4.
Yep.
So exciting. I can't believe this day is already here.
Months and months of waiting.
I know!
And boom, it's here.
Yep.
So,
I'm ready for my body to be ready for it, and which reminds me I better go and put some progesterone in. But first I need to pee. I haven't even peed yet. Hi! Okay, cycle day 20. We are in the car on the way to Old Sydney town. We left a little bit later than we wanted to, due to the fact that both Michael and I had diarrhea. I think it's a combination of nerves and maybe the breakfast we ate this morning. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's happened, and now we're both empty. Yay! So we have got some drinks here. We need to keep our fluids up. Koopy's in the back, the birthday boy. He's loving life. We just got through a hella huge traffic jam, just leaving our town. There had been a car accident, or a truck accident actually, which wasn't a good way to start a long weekend, which is what it is. Looks like the traffic is free flowing now. We're just on the highway, and we probably will get to our clinic by the time we need to get to, maybe with a little bit of time to spare, hopefully. I don't think either of us are in any position to eat anything. I think we're both extremely nervous, and we'll probably have lunch once we're finished with the embryo transfer, I would say. We'll probably both be ravenous by then, and we probably would have actually taken the first deep breath of the day by then. This is so dumb, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think we just got a sign from 2 of our deceased dogs. We pulled up to this car in traffic, and Michael sort of gestured over, and I looked, and there was a Maltese Terrier that looked like Sabrina, and a Beagle that I don't really think he looked like Mitch, to be honest. Do you? No, but he was still a Beagle, and Mitch was a Beagle. And I was just talking to them and saying hi, and then got a tiny bit emotional, because then I thought, oh, maybe that was a sign from the doggies. I don't know. Today's a crazy emotional day anyway, because of what's about to happen. I did do a pregnancy test this morning. I did not film it, but it was extremely faint, and I'll put a picture in, or I'll film it later and you can see it on a later vlog. We've all had a nap. The car's all juiced up. I was going to go and get a pedicure, but that didn't happen. I decided to rest instead, which was probably the best thing. Running around on such an important day is a little bit silly. But I always like to try and fit as much in to the day as possible. But yeah, that wasn't happening. So that's okay, that's fine. I can have a pedicure another day. Not for a while though, because the place where I go, I've witnessed their pedicures, and they bash the absolute shit out of your legs, and I don't want that kind of vibration being sent up my body to a potentially vulnerable embryo. I don't want that embryo shaken out. Anyway, if you can hear noise in the background, Koopy is playing with his flamingo legs. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to stop this vlog now, and we're going to enjoy the rest of our trip up to Sydney, and if anything else earth-shattering happens, I will update. Signing off, perhaps for the last time on this vlog as a family of 3, because hopefully the next time you see me, I'll have a little baby embryo on board. So exciting. Okay, okay. So we're here. We made it
with 4 minutes to spare. This cookie. I'm so nervous. I've been here a million times and I've done a transfer a million times. I'm so nervous. How can I be nervous with that little guy? Who's that guy? Is that the birthday boy? Wow! Got our paperwork to hand to the scientist. Cooper's loving a selfie. Michael's gone to the toilet to do a nervous wee, and I can't because I need a full bladder. What are you rocking to? There's no music on. So that's it. Embryo transfer is done. It was exciting and thrilling and scary and a tiny little bit uncomfortable. Michael is packing the car now. Coopy's in. We actually saw our doctor's secretary, which we had formed a little bit of a bond with, and coincidentally today is her last day, so she's moving on, and it was really nice to see her and for her to see Cooper. Yeah, embryo's on board. I've done a wee and it feels great to empty the bladder, and now we're going to go and get something to eat because Mickey's hungry and so am I, and Mickey's got a headache, and definitely food will help that. So after that we're going to pop off to Spotlight and have a walk around because that's what we did with Cooper, and Cooper worked. Happy days. Wow, what a day. So we're finally home. We actually pulled in the street at 7:15 tonight. It was a long trip home. We stopped, I believe, it was either 2 or 3 times for Coops. Actually, we stopped a lot of times. So from our IVF clinic, we went to Macca's and got something to eat, lunch, and then we headed over to Spotlight and walked around there for a little while. Went to Harris Scarf and Anaconda too, because that's what we did with Cooper. Then we proceeded to try to go home. We changed Cooper in the car park at Spotlight and we tried to feed him. He only took a little bit, and then so we hopped back in the car and started on our way home. I want to say about halfway we stopped in one of the rest stops and tried to feed him again, and because he didn't take the full bottle at Spotlight, he just wasn't having it. He just wanted to be with us, and that's fair enough. Pretty much spent the entire day in the car and he hadn't crawled or anything, or exercised or played or done anything that he usually does. We asked a lot of him today, and actually he really delivered in spades, to be honest. Rock star. Anyway, after that rest stop, we hopped back in the car, and then he just would not stop crying. So we just found another rest stop to stop at, and I made another bottle up, and he just wasn't interested, wasn't having it. Both Michael and I lost our shit. Not at him, at each other actually. Really hugely stressful day. Important, stressful. There's a bit of mum guilt thrown in there because, you know, we spent Cooper's birthday not fully celebrating it with him, you know. That's just the way it worked out with IVF, and IVF is sometimes can be a cruel mistress. Also, can be very kind. You just got to. It's all about timing and numbers, and you just got to do what they say. It was just one chance in 365 that it happened to be on Cooper's birthday. Amazing coincidence, maybe or not. So, Cooper wasn't having it. I said to Mick, we were only about halfway home. And the traffic was horrendous. You put peak hour, a Friday afternoon of a long weekend, and school holidays all in one. And I mean, you can imagine how bad the traffic was. It was horrendous. So, tensions were already really high. I said to Mick, I'm going to sit in the back seat with Cooper on the way home. And that kind of worked. We did end up taking one of the back roads home, sort of when we got about half an hour to 45 minutes out of our town. Michael said that the traffic would be better, and it was. We only had to, when I say the back way, not the highway, it was just one lane all the way. And we only had to overtake one person once. So the traffic wasn't bad, and it was good. Cooper and I sat in the back, and he played with a box of my medication that I got from the pharmacy at the hospital. There you go. He just didn't want to be alone, and I can't blame him, really. Poor little sausage. Anyway, so we're home, and Cooper's had dinner, and I've just got my feet up because I've had to take some medication internally, and it's not gospel, but it's probably best if you sit down and let it absorb into your body. Few little updates. When we came away from the clinic, it was maybe half an hour, or no, it was a little bit more because we were there talking to doctor's secretary for a while, and then we went to the pharmacy to get that medication. It was maybe about an hour. I started to get the cramps, and that is a super duper excellent sign for me because that's what happened with Cooper. I do remember, us going to the McDonald's drive-through after we had Cooper transferred to me, and I was getting the cramps then. So, excellent sign. When we were at Spotlight walking around, because it is suggested that we walk around, or Cooper and Mick didn't have to, me, just to, I don't exactly know why, but it's been suggested each time we've had an embryo transfer. So we did what we were told, and so we went for a walk around, and I was getting cramping there as well. So that's great. Good news. On one of the stops, I believe it was the last stop, where I transferred myself from the front seat to the back seat with Cooper, I was having acid reflux. Now, I know it is way too soon for that to be caused by an embryo, but it is a good sign. It's the progesterone rising in my body, because the progesterone relaxes everything, and it's relaxing my esophagus and letting the acid come up from my stomach into my mouth. So that's just charming. I told Mick I was going to smash a bottle of milk when I got home. I still haven't done that because it has subsided a little. What else do I need to update you guys on? I'm just doing stuff. Multitasking. Got the USB stick of our little embryo developing. What else? So I did a pregnancy test this morning. and it was very, very, very faint. And I've done a pregnancy test pretty much 12 hours after. So it's my first pregnancy test since we've had the embryo on board, but it's way too soon for anything to be showing up. And the pregnancy line was fainter again than the one this morning. So I still, unfortunately, looks like I've got some residue HCG in my system from the trigger shot, which is a pain in the butt. But at least we know that if I get a darker pregnancy test line moving forward, at least we know that that is my little traveller on board the mothership, and it's not the trigger. So that's interesting. There's the method to all my madness, and I have lots of it. I might be sounding a little bit flat. I'm tired. I'm a little bit cranky. It's been a huge day. So Mum's coming over tomorrow to celebrate Cooper's birthday with us. It's going to be a hot day tomorrow, but we have air conditioning in this house, and we use it. And it's going to be fun. We're going to spoil Cooper tomorrow. That's it. That's all I got. I don't think there's anything else to update or say. It's currently 7:28 in the PM. I do expect to hear Michael and Cooper coming down the hall any minute now to get into jammies and bottle time and bed. And then Michael and I can have dinner and then actually breathe, because today has been a day. And that's all I've got. Signing out. Cooper's birthday and cycle day 20, and hopefully we've got a little traveller in there. Little traveller on board the mothership. Fingers crossed, please. And the reflux is coming up right now. That's just great. That's okay. I got tons of quickies and Mylanta and all that other fun stuff. So I am officially Poopo, which stands for pregnancy until proven otherwise. Hi, today's cycle day 21. I just thought I would just vlog and with just a few little things. So it's 1:27 in the afternoon. I haven't really had too much energy today, so got up around 7ish, changed and fed Coops, was up with him for a little while, playing, and then fed him again, and then he had a nap and so did I. That was really good. I really needed it. He woke me up though. It wasn't long enough. I think it was like 25 or 35 minutes. It was not long enough. I'm tired again. Then I had a snack and so did Coops, and then we unwrapped some birthday presents, and I think just moving around and stuff has made me really hot with the steroids as well. I've got lower back pain and a few little tummy cramps. I did do a pregnancy test and it was even lighter again than last night. So I'll video or film those later or put a picture in or something. I'm tired and I'm hot and I'm sweaty. Yeah, it's stupid degrees outside, but it's nice in here. We've got the air conditioning on. When don't we? I think that's it. That's all I've really got to report on at the moment. That was a really quick one. Like I said, it's almost 1:30 in the afternoon. Michael's just changing Coopy at the moment. Then he's going to go and grab us some lunch. I'm doing a little bit of YouTubing because it's the first opportunity I've had to get on my computer all day. Mum's coming over this afternoon to celebrate Coopy's birthday. I do believe she's baking him a cake, which is cute because I haven't. I think that's it. Yeah. Cycle day 22. And I've actually got a little bit more energy than yesterday, which is excellent because, I have a 12-month-old and I like to live life, so I need energy. Saying that, I'm yawning. new things. So I've got new acne, which is interesting. Michael, myself, and Cooper had a nap today, Sunday. And we all had a nap. It was an hour plus, which is fantastic. I feel really sort of rejuvenated after that. It's 34 or 35 degrees outside. It's something ridiculous. Not in here though. It's 23 and a half. Beautiful. As I was drifting off to sleep, I got a familiar sort of sign symptom that I had when I was in early pregnancy with Cooper. My saliva was just pouring and dripping, and I just had to keep swallowing before I could even get to sleep. Now the other day I had a little bit of reflux, and sort of reflux and excess saliva all go together, and morning sickness. I didn't have morning sickness with Cooper, thank heavens. I really hope I don't have morning sickness with this one, if I actually am lucky enough to be pregnant. But if I do, I do. It just is what it is. But that came out of nowhere. All this saliva, it was just pooling out. It was coming from the top of my, like the gums up the top, it was just everywhere. And I had a nap here, and I'm lying here going, what? Someone turn the tap off. But a really good sign. Anyway, that's it. I have done a pregnancy test at about 12:30, so maybe about half an hour ago. Most people would call it negative, but I can see the tiniest line there. Hello. We will know for sure tomorrow. If I take another test and the line is the same or more faint, then we'll know that this probably hasn't worked. But if the line is darker or the same, that's a good sign too. That's it. That's all I got. Michael's on the toilet. We don't chew furniture, Cooper. No. We've each got lists of things to do today, which we will work through. And that's it. Hoping to get some YouTube editing done today. That'd be great. I feel like I'm filming all the time and I don't ever get any opportunity to edit, which, as everybody knows, or as I've said before, for me it's the longest part. The most time consuming by far. And I don't know, at the end of the day when Cooper goes to bed, I try and do as much as I can, but I am so tired at the end of the day. And I just want to go to bed. So I'm trying my best. And I'm wearing a new t-shirt today. It's a Blondie t-shirt. It's from Kmart, of course. I like it. It fits me. I'm rambling. Bye. Cycle day 22. PM. Negative pregnancy test, which is great. Cramping like you wouldn't believe. Now, I have been on my feet for a little while. Not folding, what am I saying? I emptied the washing machine and hung everything up on the airer. And it was a packed load. And because it's Cooper stuff, like there's 10 million items. Something else that's really is weird is my nails are chipping. I don't know, you probably can't see that. Take my word for it. It's happened on 3 nails now. Now this is shellac on acrylic. That don't chip. So what is going on? I do not know. Yes, I have my hands in water all the time, but that's no different to every other time I get an infill done. I go to the same place. It's not the same person, but it's all the same. They all do it the same way, I mean. Nail techs. So that's really weird. I just said to Mick, this baby's a boy, and he don't want no nail polish on. And that's even assuming I am pregnant. I mean, it's hard to tell, obviously. I'm only 3 days past 5-day transfer. tomorrow, hopefully we'll see something that's going to let us know some good news on a home pregnancy test. So this afternoon, today was a stupid hot day, 36 I think, or 37 Michael said it got up to. He did a bit of work out the front in the garage while Cooper and I did housework inside, ladies' chores. And God, these cramps are bad. These are like dead set period pain cramps, which I haven't had this bad since before I had Cooper. Anyway, did our normal routine. We had a nap, all of us, and then Michael went out the front again for some reason. I can't remember why. It doesn't matter. And when he came back in, I said, fuck this shit, I gotta get out of here. I had cabin fever bad. I didn't leave the house at all yesterday. It's just been too hot. But I like to get out of the house. That's what he was doing, the car seats. Yeah. Turning them around and cleaning them and cleaning the pram, clean my boot. God love him. He's good. He's a good egg. Now, I'm sorry, my mind's jumping everywhere. You guys know that I'm a list maker. And that's how I keep myself on track. Mick asked me to write him a list. So because he always wants to achieve a ton of stuff, but things come up, and it never seems to get done. So at least with a list, he can keep himself on track too. And yeah, so he smashed his list today. He even he even washed the dogs this afternoon. So I'm jumping way too ahead. So when he came back in from turning the car seats around and cleaning them, I just said, I got to get out of here. He said, cool, let's go. I won't be much longer. So I fed Koopy another meal, and then we were out, baby. Now, when we left, I do believe it said 36. It was still 36. And we're talking about, it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, our clocks went forward overnight, so the daylight savings kicked in. Love. But also, you lose an hour. So we motored over to Chemist Warehouse and just got like some essentials, some baby food and some baby cereal I want to try Koopy on. Got some conditioner for the hair. Did I get shampoo? I can't remember. It cost $80 something. What else did I get? Oh, I bought another packet of pregnancy tests, of course. But what else? Some toothpaste. It all adds up. Chemist Warehouse is still the cheapest chemist going. Love that. Then I said to Mick, we gotta go and get some Cha Time. Love their drinks. Now, the last time I was pregnant, my doctor, because I have a history of recurrent miscarriages, my doctor said 1 caffeinated beverage or portion a day. That's it. And that's not going to guarantee no miscarriage. That's going to reduce. And I said, okay, I'm going to do that again this time because it worked out so well with Coops. Now, the Cha Time that I have, they're 600 mils, and it's flavoured iced tea. And there's caffeine in tea. And I usually have a cup of tea in the morning too. So we're talking about 3 serves of a lot of caffeine a day that I'm needing to reduce down to 1. So I forfeited my morning tea because I wanted Cha Time. So we got to the shopping centre where Cha Time's located, but first I saw, Woolies, I better pop in there and grab these nuts that I love. I've had them, I've done a Woolworths haul before, and I've spoken about nuts. When I'm pregnant, I am a nut freak. I smashed salted cashews till the cows came home with Cooper. Also like cheese. And I'm just a nut freak. So I thought I better stock up. They're my go-to snack. These nuts are not incredibly good for you, but they're better than, say, a piece of pizza or a piece of chocolate or, a piece of cake. I'm saying in my head. So they're Woolworths brand maple flavoured cashews, and I love them. They're $5.50 a packet, and I really don't care. I think it's 250 grams or 200 grams. Again, I don't care. I want them, I get them. So I grabbed 6 packets of those and waited entirely too long in the express lane. The person on the checkout could see that the people in front of me were doing the wrong thing and going through the express checkout with more than 15 items. They were a punish, I tell you. And she actually gestured to me to go around the front to the cigarette counter, and she checked me out there and made them wait because she kept telling them it's 15 items or less, and they just didn't care. So she checked me out, which was nice, and I thanked her for doing that, and I thanked her for her patience with them because she really was holding it together. I would not have. Anyway, then we get to char time. Not we, me. Michael and Cooper in the car. I get to char time, and obviously I've said this in vlogs before. They kind of know me, which is terrible. That's how often I'm there. Not terrible. It's good for them and me. So I sort of asked the guy, the franchisee. I sort of said to him, "Can I just ask you a question?" And we had a conversation about the caffeine quantities in the drinks that we always order, and he kept coming back to the frozens. We can keep the tea out of the frozen, this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking to myself, Mick is the one that drinks the frozens. It's not me, so that is not helping. My go-to is the apple black tea and the coconut milky tea. And I told him that, and he said, well, we could water it down with some sparkling water or just normal water. I said it wouldn't taste the same. And he said no. I said, okay, I'm just going to have one then. So I ordered my apple black tea, and I ordered Michael a frozen watermelon. And then when I hopped in the car, God, it was really windy today too. Hot wind. Got in the car. Michael's like, now we're talking about it's after 4 by now. No way after 4. After 4:30. We still hadn't had lunch, so we headed up to McDonald's and grabbed some McDonald's, and came home and ate it. And now it's 7:31. Michael's feeding Koopy dinner. Won't be long before comes back this way and gets his jammies on. And I give him a bottle and he goes to bed. And I still haven't done any proper editing. So when this goes up eventually, I am so sorry it's taking so long. This is #real life. It's mum life, obviously Cooper and my family and all that sort of stuff comes first, always. I love YouTube. And I will always make the greatest effort I can to get videos up as quickly as possible at the standard that I'm happy with. But I've got my priorities, and yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at. Cycle day 22. I've got my cramps have settled down since I've put my feet up. Just before I came in here to vlog, I put my pessaries in for progesterone. And they reckon that you should hang around, just sit and not move a lot for about half an hour afterwards. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting, making sure that it absorbs really nicely into my body. In a little while, not long, maybe in about half an hour, I'll take my blood thinning injection. And that is the end of my IVF medication for the day. As soon as I've got that injection in, I know I can rest and relax, and I don't need to take any more IVF medication for the day. I can switch off a little. I was going to say something else. I had another thought. Oh, reflux. I've got the reflux back. And I'm burping a lot, but I do believe that's related to having a Big Mac. I don't usually have a Big Mac. But transfer day, after transfer, I felt like a Big Mac, and today I felt like a Big Mac. So I'm eating what I feel like, as long as it's safe and it's not, bloody. And when I say bloody, I mean rare steak, or as long as it's not, like a soft serve or a piece of brie cheese or whatever's not good for you in pregnancy. As long as it's not that, I'm just having what I want. Yeah, and if that's nuts, it's nuts. If it's Big Mac, it's Big Mac. It's my body. I'll do it. I do want more char times a day, but I can't do that. So we'll leave that at that. I'm done. 7:33. Been rambling long enough. I doubt I'll be vlogging anymore tonight, unless something momentous happens, which I doubt. I hope not. I've got enough excitement in my life. That's it. Also, this is going to sound really... I don't want to sound this... I don't want to say this is going to sound really sucky, because I would never want to predict how people feel or whatever. Thank you for watching. That's all. I just want to say thank you. We have an interesting story. I have an interesting life. Wasn't this interesting before I met Michael? I'll tell you that for free. But I wouldn't want it any other way. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following our journey. And fingers crossed tomorrow that when I pee on a stick, there are 2 clear visible lines. Oh, geez, I hope so. Yeah, that's it. Bye.